Okay, welcome back. I would say I am 90% done with the first question. I'm still encountering some problems. I'll show it to you right now, actually. So, if I build my project and I run, I get my layout. As you see, I did tidy up quite a bit. Let me just expand this window. There we go. And let me add a name. Let's say ash at gmail.com. And just for affiliation, just to keep it easy, I'm just going to go YT. And this is going to be a standard registration, and if I hit OK, I get the value added to my model, which is then reflected in my table view, again using the MVD design pattern. If I try that again, so if we go ash at gmail.com, and if I do everything the same, if I go standard registration and go to OK, now you can't see it because I still need to add this. I'll probably do a queue message box, but if you go to application output, you will notice that it says cannot register down here, cannot add a registration with the same name and same email address. So let's add a different one. Let's say ashstudent ash at gmail.com. Right now, as you can see, the names are different even though the emails are the same. I'll just keep all the affiliations same for now, and I'll choose student. Qualification BSc Com Sci, and then that gets added. Let me just fix this width. There we go. I'll actually make it a little bigger. That seems good. Okay. I think I should set a better default window size when it's first created. Okay. And there we go. The fee for 500, 250, the date it's been added, the type of registration, and the person's name. I'll do one more. I'll do ash guest. It's going to be ash at gmail.com, and then I'll do same affiliation. Registration type, this time it's guest. The enter category is just a visitor. And hit OK. Cool. And if I go down to this drop down box down here, which is called a queue combo box in Qt Creator, and if I go to add registration and if I hit confirm, it tells me use the UI above to register a user. So just use this. And the reason why I didn't create a separate queue dialog to get the name and then the email, then the affiliation, is because I'll have to redo all of this logic again. Which, apart from just showing it, I also need to handle it in my code, which adds about a good 30 to maybe 50 lines, which I just thought that to be quite redundant. So I just said, okay, add registration should just say use the UI above to register a user. If I go to total registration, if I hit confirm, it says the affiliation, YouTube. Okay. And see, that gives me an error. That's one of the errors I've been encountering. If I run it again, I'm going to make it larger. I'll do three. I'll do three really quick. Registration type standard. And this one will obviously be student and qualification BSc Com Sci. I'll do one more, so ash guest ash at gmail.com, affiliation YouTube, registration type guest, the type is just V for visitor, I would say. Let me make that clearer. So add registration works, total registration is being weird. Let's try total fee, confirm. The type, if I hit all, hit OK, I get the total amount owed here to be 800. If we notice, it's 500 plus 250 is 750 plus 50 is 800. If I do just registration, I get back 500, which is correct. If I do student registration, I'll also copy this, hit OK, I get 250 down here as it should be because I have one student registered. And if I do it one more time, and this time I do guest, should be 50, and I get 50. It's correct. However, we notice that total registration is giving me a problem, but also is registered is giving me a problem. Registered. I don't know if I spelled that right. T-E-R-E-D. I think it's right. Confirm. And now I can check for a name. we noticed that the person with the name Ash is registered. If I hit OK, like in my main file, let me go back to my main file. Where is it? Do I have it here? Oh yeah, here we go. Is registered up here. This works fine. In fact, we can see it up here. So Azura, here. See, it says Azura with 3 question marks, and then it's the is registered function, and it returns true because the person with the name of Azura is registered. So it works in my main file, it works in the console. However, if I use the search name Ash here, which we can see is registered, if we go to OK, not only does it fail, it also just crashes the application. So that's 2 areas that just isn't working well. And there's another issue that'll take me a while to show. But essentially, I showed in earlier videos how I handled users with the same name and email. They cannot be registered, okay? And this works for students, this works for guests. However, let me just actually show you. I'm just going to do the name registration 1. This registration. And actually registration, yeah, that's fine. And then reg at gmail.com. And affiliation, I'll just go YouTube again, and it's going to be standard, okay? Okay. I'll do it one more time, but now it'll be regular1 at gmail.com. I'll do everything the same. By the way, the affiliation doesn't matter. We can have 100 of those same across any type. It does not matter. If we go to standard and hit OK, notice, cannot add a registration with the same name and same email address. However, here's the thing. These people, they do not have the same name, nor do they have the same registration. If I were to try that for students, so I'm going to do a student at gmail.com and just YouTube again, and I'll choose student registration. Let me just a student, I'll copy that, and student at gmail.com. Okay, I'm just going to say BSc Math. Okay, now if I do it again, a student, and I'll keep, so want to have it student at gmail.com, YouTube, student, okay, YT. And again, I get the same issue, cannot add a registration with the same name and email address, and that's correct. It should not happen because in this case it was same. But now if I do a student 2, and if I can have one field being the same, so I'm just going to keep it student at gmail.com, YouTube, student, hit OK, B, Bachelor's of Arts, BA Law. Or is it? Yeah, it's liberal arts, right? So BA Law. It does get added because even though the emails are the same, the names aren't the same, and recognize that, as it should be. Because the only case that a user isn't allowed to register is if they register with the same name and email address again. And this is how it should work. And it works for the types of student. It also works for the registration type of guest. It, however, doesn't seem to work for the type of registration. I have a theory about that, and let me try it. So I'm just going to close the window. If you notice, in the registration dialog, when I create I create a person, okay? And this is regular memory allocation, the same with registration, okay? When I say regular memory allocation, it means it's created on the stack. I then create my queue standard item. This just adds the data to my model and then to my row. And then outside that, where is it? I check here. This does 2 things. It adds a registration, and if it successfully adds it, then it sets the data to the model, which reflects in the view, as it should. The same thing for if they let me zoom in. The same thing if the chosen value is student. However, I'm creating the student on the heap, which means dynamic memory allocation. The same with guest. So I'm going to try to do that with registration. I'm going to say registration R is equal to new registration. Okay. And there should be a pointer. Instead of passing R, I could pass in P. Instead of passing that, I pass that. And there we go. And then it's not going to be that, it's going to be R dot meta on. No. Let me change this. Okay. So I just want to check something. Alright, so I was creating it using a, what can I say? Regular memory allocation, but now I'm passing it using a pointer. But I think if I do that, I'm going to have to pass it using the dereference pointer. So I think even though I have R, I think I should do that. But then I have no viable conversion, right? So I don't know if I have to overload that function in my code, but let's just try. Control B to build. Control Alt run, and I'll try everything the same. So I'll just do ash. Let me make this larger. Much better. I also changed the user interface. Initially, the OK button was up here. Now it's down here. Cool. ash@gmail.com. Affiliation. Affiliated with YouTube. And registration type is standard. Okay. And it gets added. Try it again. ash@gmail.com. YouTube standard. Okay. And then I get the error. Well, not the error, the user feedback, as I should, because these are in fact the same. Now if I do ash at outlook.com, YouTube, and standard, okay, it adds it, which means that that may have been the issue. So let's try it one more time. Now I have to go to, where is it? Total fee, okay. If I do all, I get back 1,000, which is correct because 500, 500. So that solved the issue. Now I have wait. Add registration, correct. Total registration, YouTube. Total registries, yeah. So what this total registration does is it tells you how many people have registered with a given affiliation. In this case, I searched for YT, and there's 2 people because that's the affiliation I chose for Ash and Ash. So affiliation registries is 2. Okay. Now this total, no, it's is registered function. If I run that, and I search Ash, okay, attendee Ash registered. So I think by just changing that to a pointer, it all seems to now work. But now I have to check. So Ash student my student at gmail.com. You know, you should never put your passwords into your email. You know, that would be very bad news. Like, I would never put my passwords in my email. And I'm gonna change this to comp student comp sci, and they added. Okay. Now add registration, confirm, works, is registered, confirm, Ash student, okay. Attendee Ash student is registered, which out here I'm also popping out the name, which is correct. Total fee for the type of all, it's 1 to 50 because 500, 500, 250 is 120. 1 to 50, I should say. If I do just registration, It's 1,000, but it's 500 plus 500, confirm. If it's student registration, okay. Now let me try to see if I hit guest registration without having any guests. I get 0, as I should. I'll do one more, Ash guest. Actually, let me come down here. So after total fee, I'm going to do total registration. And what did I have it as? Comp. Affiliation registers, the comp is 1. And there we go, everything seems to be working. And from 90% done, I'm probably now at 98% done. What did I want to do? What did I want to do? I just said it. I'll just rewatch the video and remind myself. But yep, I've been working on that problem probably from yesterday. It didn't occur to me that I should change it to a pointer as well. What do you know? That's good. Okay. That's all for now. Bye bye.